There we go. Okay. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Oh, goodness. I'm a mess. It's been forever. It's been so long. It's been so long. Is this working now? I was wondering why it wasn't working. Oh, goodness. Let me adjust this to there. That should be good. Let me adjust this. There we go. Okay. And I also need links everywhere. We will be there in a few minutes. I am not looking at the chat at the moment. Um, letting Alex know that I'm streaming their game. Also posting on TikTok, because I do have a video I posted on TikTok. Jeez. I want to do more streaming again. I've been thinking a lot for the past week or so how I want to do streaming now. Because I focused a lot more on just the Far Cry stuff back when I was constantly doing that. Video game wise, that I didn't really, yeah. Okay, switch these. There we go. Okay. Wait, nope. I need to pull up. Oh, fuck. I forgot to connect my phone to my computer, so my computer could charge my phone, so my phone doesn't run out of battery when I have the stream open, because YouTube is a battery guzzler. Don't allow. Don't allow. Don't look at that. That is not for you. That's not for you at all. Nobody could be looking at that. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? What are we doing? We are playing video games, and we are going to do... Yeah. So, let me, And then I'm gonna message it to my friends who are... I'll put it in... Oh, we don't have a video server. I'll just put it in general. Okay. So this is a game made by my friend Alex Sequest on TikTok. They had worked on this game for this was a game they had made. Oh goodness, that was my dogs. I am all over the place. Give me one friggin' moment. I am still here. I am working. I am... Ah! Where is it? Why can I never... What the... This is confusing and scary. Give me a minute. Announcements. Yeah, the beginning of this is just gonna be me going around. This is my friend, this was a game my friend Alex Quest had made. And I asked them if I could stream it, and they said yes. I wanted to make sure that they thought it was fine before I did. I need to pull up this chat because I do not remember if the chat is on. As you can see, it's been forever since I streamed on YouTube. Okay, yes. So, this is Beneath Red Sands. This is a game my friend made. It's a horror comedy game. I do not know anything else about it, but I am very excited to play it because Alex is hilarious, and I am super excited to play their game. And, yeah, so, and it's been forever since I streamed anything on YouTube. Because I've been streaming on Twitch, I've been streaming on TikTok, and I'm kind of figuring out the balance of still being able to actively stream on all three, but what I want to do for each of them. And TikTok's very limiting when it comes to streaming because it's just filming stuff. So my ideas are a bit more limited with that. Twitch is nice, but like it's also like a kind of a thing between using my Twitch more now that I actually can figure out how to stream on that and keeping my YouTube updated for whenever I can't put out animations. And obviously, if you could tell through the last few months, I've been on a big animation hype, so that hasn't been an issue. But I know that could very easily be an issue in the future if I become incredibly burnt out from animating again. And also, people liked my Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn stuff. I very much would like to continue my Amnesia series and play the newest one. I have not played it yet, so when I play that one, I'm going to go in spoiler-free. And just my thought at the moment, which I'm probably going to end up doing, is using my Twitch for both art, if I don't feel like using TikTok, and using my Twitch for both art and for games I have played, because I do have a bunch of games that I would like to revisit that I have played that I would like to stream, but not in the same caliber as I did the Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn series, and then save my YouTube for blind Let's Plays for video games I have not played that I have. So technically it wouldn't be a blind Let's Play because I have seen a Let's Play of it, but it's been years and years and years, so I forgot a lot of it. And also, I've never personally played it before, but I was thinking Soma. The very, very next one I will be doing is Borderlands 2, because I keep promising my friends I will play that one, possibly with a break to play the new Amnesia, but I keep promising my friends to play that one. I need to stop delaying the inevitable. I have to play it, and so I'm going to end up doing that. I'll have to see what else I have on my Steam, because I don't remember all the games exact moment. For my Twitch, I like to revisit Starbound and Stardew Valley and actually beat those. I bought Fallout 4 for the Game of the Year edition recently. I would like to see if I could be able to stream that. All sorts of stuff. And that's just like announcement things that I don't normally update on YouTube because I'm not super inept with it, but I would like to be able to go back into gaming because I've taken a very long break from gaming. And the only game I've really been able to play these days is Among Us. So, without further ado, and without delaying this very much, I am going to now be playing Beneath Red Sands. So, I hope you enjoy, because I'm excited. So, okay. My battery is low, and it's getting dark. Those were the Mars rover's last words to planet Earth. You remember this as the tunnel caves in behind you, leaving you in darkness. The battery in your flashlight is low, and it's very, very dark. So turn on the light. It's not much. The cave seems to extend as far as you can see. Okay, so this is our first option. Give up now, or go deeper. I just realized that my phone shut it off, so I can't see the chat. I'm gonna go in deeper. Why not? Beneath Red Sands, an interactive story by Alex Kingsley. Begin your descent. Alex! Let's do this! We're going to go to Mars! Let's do this. That was me copying my hands. Before I do, I'm gonna go grab myself a drink. Okay. I bought myself a bunch of Monster. So, ooh, that's a really good one. What's this one called? Ultra Paradise. Excuse me. Okay, we're playing. Let's begin our descent. You make your way down the tunnel. You're scared, but not too scared because someone will find you, right? After all, you have a whole team of explorers on the surface. They wouldn't forget about you, would they? They'll come looking, won't they? Will they? Tell yourself someone will come find you. Tell yourself you're on your own from here on out, buddy. I'm going to be the optimist for this one, so I'm probably going to play through this a couple times today. So for now, let's be optimists. We'll tell myself that someone will come to find you. Yeah, sure, keep telling yourself that. Thanks. The path forks. 2 roads diverge in a dusty red cavern. Which way do you go? Let's take a moment of introspection. You take a second to ask yourself, how did I get here? Of course the answer is a rocket ship, but why? You made you think you were a capable astronaut. Oh, reread that. What made you think you were a capable astronaut? What made you think you'd be able to brave the final frontier? Well, you think to yourself, I thought it'd be all moon rocks and silly little green aliens. I didn't think it would be like this. And by this you mean that nagging little voice persists? Honestly, you answer yourself, I don't know, there would be caves. Like big open spaces, that's why I like, well, space. When I first signed on to the Mars mission, I didn't know I was signing up for a spelunking mission. Honestly, fair. I would go to space just for space. Just pick a path, dumbass, you respond to yourself. Thanks, myself. I'll go right, because right is always the right way. You stick with the right. You come upon steps that descend deeper into the red planet. You say aloud to no one but yourself. So these tunnels aren't naturally occurring after all. These caves were constructed by something. Intelligent life. Who knows how old? But why, you wonder out loud, whoever they were, why did they construct all this? You wave your arms generally at everything. No one answers you, because you are completely alone. Let's descend the stairs. Like I said, lots of routes. So, I know there's multiple routes in this, so I am going to play this a couple times. Woohoo! Oh god. The stream is just me burping and spazzing. Okay, back to playing video game. You go down the stairs, and even though you know the only light is coming from your flashlight, it somehow feels like it's getting darker. It feels like it's getting colder, too. The surface of the planet was already below livable temperature for a human, so you wonder just how cold it is down in the depths. How fast you would freeze to death if you were to take off your spacesuit. Needless to say, you do not take off your spacesuit. You see some kind of structure in the center of the room. Let's examine it. Oh boy, that's a lot of options. Okay, let's read this. The structure resembles a stack of stone, but they have runes written on them in a language you don't recognize because of course you don't. This is Mars. One of the stones are 4 panels. They look like they're move if pushed. Maybe they're buttons of some kind? The first is blue with a symbol that looks like, to you, a % sign. The second is red with an X. The third is green with a symbol that makes you think of a man going fishing. The fourth is orange with what looks like, to you, a basketball with eyes. Let's go with the basketball with eyes. You hear the sound of stone grinding across the room. You peer around the structure with the panels to see a small opening that wasn't there before. Secret tunnel! In the room you see a giant pit. Jump in the pit. Really? Okay, you jump in the pit. You think, whee! Then you hit the ground and die. Giant cat. I figured that would happen, but I just think it would be really funny. I just thought it'd be really funny if it didn't happen, but I figured as much. Okay. Take a monster set. Let's go back to the beginning, and we will not do that. My battery's low, and it's getting dark. Those were the Mars rover's last words to planet Earth. You remember this in the telecaves button behind you, leaving you in darkness. Battery of flashlight is low, and it's very, very dark. It's not much. The KC's extended as far as you can see. Let's give up now. I want to see what happens if I just give up now. You plop yourself down on the red clay and just completely give up. I'm done, you shout at the universe. I'm sick and tired of your silly games. You feel the cool seeping through your spacesuit and you begin to feel a little drowsy. Maybe it's time for a nice nap. Go to sleep. You never wake up. Continue. You died. You didn't even get to the juicy part. Let's try again, shall we? Oh, God. Okay, let's skip through this intro. Turn on the light. And then go deeper into the tunnels. Let's begin our descent. I'm gonna go back to where I was. Just because I wanna try going through that room. So going to the secret room, not jumping in the pit. You make the logical choice and do not jump in the pit. Keep going forward. Beyond the room with the panels, the wall seems to get closer together. It's like you're walking down some kind of tunnel. Maybe this part... Oh, funnel. I misread that. Maybe this part of the cave's blah, blah, blah. Maybe this part of the tunnel's caved in, you think? But it seems to be keep going. It just keeps getting tighter and tighter. So we'll keep walking. Soon the walls are so tight that your shoulders are brushing up against the walls. You begin to sidestep, wondering if maybe you should have gone to the left when you had the chance. Then you hear the voice. It's indistinct at first, and you're not even sure if it was a voice, but it was something. Let's see. I'm gonna be silent. You take down the passage, but you don't make your presence known. You step lightly on the stone floor to prevent your footsteps from being heard. You can hear the voice more clearly now. It's definitely a voice, though whether or not it's human is unclear. Still, something about it propels you forward, even though the walls are pressing on you, so it's becoming hard to breathe. Press on. You continue to creep along the passages soundlessly. The noise you hear becomes more distinct. It's definitely someone speaking. As you get closer, you begin to hear them shouting, "Is there anyone there? Help me, please! Someone help! Help! Help me!" Well, you will follow the sound. You can tell you're getting close now. You click on your flashlight just in case this person is dangerous, so as not to alert them of your presence. Feeling the walls with your hands, you can tell that though this passage is tight, there's a little opening just above your head. You climb into it, leaving the person crying for help, or you go see what's wrong. We're gonna go help. Let's go help. You shine your flashlight forward to reveal a person in a similar spacesuit to yours. Their right leg caught under a pile of red locks. God. You can't see a face behind the visor, only the glare of the flashlight, but you see the person's head turned to face you. "Oh, thank God," they say. "Someone else from the expedition team. I thought I was going to die here." They began to cry. "I was looking through the tunnels when this passage caved in and crushed one of my legs. Luckily the suit isn't ruptured, but I was sure no one would find me. Please help me up." Do I want to be a dick and just say nope? I kind of wanted to see if they were here, why they were here. "We had orders not to explore the tunnels on our own," you explained. "Direct from our commander. What were you doing down here 3 days ago?" "Well, what are you doing right now?" the trap person counters. You shift nervously. "What is the truth?" "I just couldn't handle it," you admit. "The endless hours cooped up in our stupid little colony, all the waiting. I was getting restless. I needed to see what was down here for myself." Your trapped compatriot nods. "I was feeling the same thing. Funny, isn't it? That you can be in outer space and still feel wanderlust?" You shrug. You know the stranger can't see it, but you're blushing. You feel so stupid for wandering down here on your own. Guess that's why we took the job, right? Yeah, maybe that's why you took the job. I did it for the pay. There's so many goddamn Mars missions going out these days that they're so desperate for sorry suckers who think they can be astronauts. I knew I was gonna make bank. Oh, I'm Steve, by the way. Millie, you don't remember there being a Steve on your crew. I don't remember there being a Steve on our crew. Okay. Ouch, Steve says. It's not like we spent 7 months together on a spaceship or anything. Are you sure you're with the same mission as me? I do have bad memory with names. I kind of want to see how he responds if I ask him, "Are you sure you're with the same mission as me?" I'm gonna do that one. "No, I'm with the other fucking American Wars tunnel exploration mission," Steve yells. "Well, there are actually a lot of Mars missions these days, so that would be..." "Of course we're from the same mission, dipshit," Steve snaps. "Now will you help me or not?" I am gonna help Steve. Steve needs help. He helped the other astronauts, Steve, out of the rubble. "Thanks," he breathes a sigh of relief. "I really thought I was gonna be stuck here until my oxygen ran out." "Yeah, why didn't your oxygen run out?" you ask. "You're pretty sure you only have enough to last you until the rest of the night. And how do you measure days when you're underground, also on another planet?" "Look, I don't know exactly how long I've been stuck here. It's been long, okay? So where are we going?" Oh no, I'm stuck here too. That way," you say, pointing to the small opening above both of your heads. "Let's go to the opening." No, that's the way I came from," Steve waves his hand dismissively, steadying himself on his good leg. "Nothing like that way but more death traps. I think I saw another passage this way, though." He leads you back the way you came, and he points to an opening in the shadows that in your panic you completely missed. "Whoa, I totally missed that," you say. "Good thing I've used Steve." "Yeah," Steve agrees. "It is." He waves your arms towards the darkness after you. I'm gonna hug Steve. Stop that. No, Steve. This is a bro moment. This is a bromance. You are all I have in this world, Steve. Okay, let's go in. You go into the passage to find another one of those structures with the panels. The first is purple with the fishing man. The second is green with the percent sign. The last is orange with an X. Steve says, I haven't quite figured out how these panels work, but I'm thinking maybe the purple one. The symbol looks most friendly. Steve, I accept your advice, okay, but I kind of want to go with the green one. The floor just fell from under you. You drop into the darkness. As you fall, you hear Steve shout, I said purple! You hope you'll land softly. You land on spikes. You die, unfortunately. Try again. Oh my god. Jesus. I'm just making all the wrong decisions on this, am I? Okay. Skip through the intro. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to, because I want to finish, me and Steve's story. So we're gonna go and we're gonna go and help out Steve. Not hug Steve this time. We're gonna use the purple one. A boulder descends from stealing, crushing you. Steve says, oops, I guess I was wrong, but you can't hear him because you're dead. Fuck you, Steve! Thanks a lot, Steve! God. This is what happens when you follow a guy named Steve. Okay. Let's go back and let's get the X. I'm gonna go to follow, find Steve, find Steve, find Steve, find Steve. I'm gonna help Steve. Help Steve. I'm gonna hug Steve. We're gonna press the orange one. Another passage opens up at the end of the room. Huh, guess I was wrong, Steve shrugs. You follow me to the next room and find another one of those panel puzzles. Let's see, maybe you can press it this time? Okay, I'll handle this. Let's sacrifice Steve. Steve sighs. I guess that's only fair. He walks up to the panels. Which one, he asks. There's a blue one with the percent sign, a red one with the percent sign, and an orange one with the basketball with eyes. Sharp blue. The ground drops out from under Steve and he plumps to his death with a scream that will haunt your nightmares for the rest of your life. Now it's up to you. Steve's dead! Okay. Let's press red. Passage opens up, revealing a staircase. You descend the stairs to find yourself in a room much smaller than the rest. In the center is some kind of machine that you don't recognize. It looks far more advanced than any of the stone puzzles you have encountered here. Take a closer look. I'm assuming if I went back to the beginning and I hit the puzzles in the beginning and clicked all the other ones but my very first option, then I would just die a lot and I have to keep picking the other option until I got the right one. So, if I end up dying and having to replay, I'll go back and make sure Steve does not die. So, there's that. Okay, let's go. Can't figure out what the machine does or where it came from, but you decide it must be important, or whoever constructed these tunnels wouldn't have gone through such pains to protect it. You see one last passage just beyond the machine. You drag the machine along with you as you go explore. So we will continue through the passage. You come upon a cavern that looks almost like the others, except the center is a clear dome, and inside that dome is a house. A house just like from Earth E2 80 90 suburbs, with a green lawn and everything. What the? Whoa, I say a lot of stuff. Stuff you murmur, but there's no one to hear you. Okie dokie. You drag the device into the house, you decide that you try to understand what it does. Maybe you study it long enough, you will find a way to use it to get you to the surface, or maybe someone will come to you eventually. The house is comfortable enough, and it's fitted with enough food and oxygen to keep you alive for years. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months becomes years. Every day works on the machine, but you still can figure out. You're never much of an engineer. You still maintain hope that someone will come to find you. You maintain that hope until the day you die, alone in the dust of the red planet. There's no one to realize that you are gone. Huh. Okay. You completed Beneath the Red Suns with the lonely ending. Congratulations, you didn't die on Mars! That is until you did! But your death was not as painful as it could have been. It was only painful emotionally. Try for another ending? Sure. We will go and we're gonna go help out Steve. I want to go back and I want to make sure Steve doesn't die. Because I want to see what happens with Steve. Maybe, you know, me and Steve become, lovers. We become emotionally dependent on each other. Set out to work on our relationship. We're gonna hug Steve because we love Steve. We don't want to we wanted, what was it? It was the green one, right? No, it's the orange one. This time, and this time we do orange again. Okay. We're here now. So let's see what me and Steve do. Steve presses the orange panel and the passage opens up behind the two of you. Shall we? Steve gestures towards the new door. You enter first and come upon a metal box. You open it to reveal another flashlight, an orange oxygen canister, and a folder full of documents. It's like someone left us here to help us, you wonder aloud, picking up the folder. Let's show it to Steve. These are in the box too, you say, handing the folders of documents to Steve. As Steve leads through the papers, he laughs, and though you can't see his face through the visor, you somehow know that if you could see him, he would be smiling devilishly. Well, that's a shame. He shakes his helmet to head. I thought maybe you would take me through the end. Well, you got me close enough. When you begin to ask, but it's too late. Steve is already raising a gun to the glass of your helmet. Steve, no! Steve! Why, you ask, but Steve does not answer. In the moment before he dies, you see there's no face beyond the glass of his spacesuit. Steve, though you're beginning to suspect that his real name has killed you. Sorry about that. Steve! No, Steve! I trusted you, Steve! You were my friend! I gave you a hug and everything! What the hell? Oh no! Oh, I'm so betrayed! Why do you do this to me, Steve? God damn it. Okay. What happens if I keep the... We're gonna go back to the beginning. We're going back. We're gonna go deeper. I wanna go back now. I wanna go back and see what happens if I don't betray, I'm very curious. Follow the sound. Follow the voice. Gonna go help. Gonna hug Steve, even though he shot me. Gonna hit the orange one. And then I'm gonna hit the orange one again. We're gonna keep it a secret. Okay. As Steve examines the other continents of the box, you read the documents in secret. The folder contains some schematics for a machine that you don't understand, but there's also a handwritten note. It says, I am not the only person searching down here. I fear that I am competing with another mission, and I believe that anyone from the rival mission will eliminate me. Excuse me. Will eliminate me at the first opportunity. I do not know where or when these rivals are from, but I do not believe they are human. I found another one in the tunnels, and I hope never to encounter him again. Steve looks up in the box. Okay, well this is great, but it doesn't really help us. Which panel now? Either red or blue. I think you should go for the blue one, Steve. Steve does as he say, trusting you completely. 4 flats found under him, and he gets the yelp so pitiful you feel pain in your stomach as he falls to his death. Don't feel guilty. Maybe you should feel guilty. You should feel guilty, but you don't. A passage opens up, revealing a staircase. I kind of wanted to take Steve with me. Here, let's actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to take the red one, because I want to see what happens if I take him with me, because I feel like it's just going to give me the lonely ending again, so I'm going to go and take Steve with me. Steve presses red, and a passage opens, revealing stairs that go even deeper into the planet. Thanks, man, Steve smiles. Go ahead. You descend the stairs to find yourself in a room much smaller than the rest. In the center is some kind of machine you don't recognize. It looks far more advanced than any of the stone puzzles you've encountered here. What is this thing, you ask? Wouldn't you like to know, Steve says. You hear a kind of hunger in his voice. You turn to face him, and for the first time you see past the visitor of his spacesuit. You now see a face inside. What are you talking about? You ask, you feel yourself beginning trouble as you stare into that empty spacesuit. Steve laughs, and the laugh is inhuman. You led me right to it, you know, he says, and his voice is changing into something you don't recognize. But what is it? You demand. A shame you'll never find out, Steve says, as it raises a gun to your helmet. And he fucking kills me again. Actually, let's go back. Hold on. We're gonna kill Steve, and then we're gonna examine the machine. What is this thing? You ask, wouldn't you like to know? Wait, hold on. Wait. Sorry. Press the blue one, save. Don't feel guilty. Press red. It's the machine. Can't figure out what the machine does or where it came from, but decided it must be important, or whatever constructed these tunnels wouldn't have gone through such pains to protect it. You see on last passage beyond the machine. You drag the machine along with you as you go explore. And it's the house. Okay. So I feel like I'm gonna try... So I'm gonna try a different option in the beginning. Let's see how something tells us. It's like, whoa, that's bleak. Okay. 2 past fork. You 2 roads diverge in a dusty red cavern. Which way do you go? Let's try the left. You take the left-hand path like the little demon you are. Good. Great. You come upon a room with what looks like a little pond. Huh, you think to yourself. So there really is a water on Mars after all. Not like there's anyone for you to report it to. All your communication lines were dead when you first descended into the tunnels. Really, that should have stopped you, but you were just too curious. Wade in the water. You can't feel the water through your spacesuit, but you know it's cold. You wonder if there's little Martian creatures swimming in it, but it's too dark to see. Your foot hits something hard. Examine the item. You bend down from the water, you draw an old spacesuit helmet just like the one you're wearing. What, you say? Whose is this? You're supposed to be part of the first mission to ever explore these tunnels, but judging by the way Martian plant life has begun to grow in this helmet, this thing has been here for years. Decades, maybe. How is that possible? Whose is this? Before you can further consider these questions, you see something move around inside the helmet. Whew. Inside you see what looks like a kind of nest. A creature that looks a bit like a silvery worm but the size of a snake wraps itself around its worm babies. Aww, you say out loud, worm babies! That's kinda cute! The mother worm is slathering the baby worms with some kind of worm mucus. It becomes significantly less cute when the mother worm sees you eyeing her babies and she shoots herself out at you. Before you have the chance to scream, she pierces the glass of your helmet and buries you and burrows directly into your brain. Oof, that Marworm just obliterated your skull. Bad news, you're dead. Good news, it was so fast you didn't feel a thing. Your last thought was of worm babies, which is not a bad way to go. I'm just making all the wrong decisions here. Let's go deeper. Take a left, like the demon I am. We're gonna wade in the water. Let's keep waiting. The water gets deeper than you expected. It's getting up to your neck now. You're beginning to get a little nervous. The tunnels were claustrophobic enough, but the water is beginning to make you feel trapped. Keep on waiting. Take another step and find out there's nothing beneath your foot. Before you settle back, you're underwater, the way of your spacesuit pulling you down. Well, this would be a lot worse if I weren't in a spacesuit, you think, but as you sink, you remember that you actually can't swim. So if it weren't good for your spacesuit, you'd probably be fine, minus the freezing temperature and lack of oxygen. But as it is, the suit pulls you down far deeper than you thought this water went. As you sink, you can hear the light from your flashlight hit something moving around you. Something like a fish, but longer and silvery? Can't tell. It's gone the moment you see it. So it'll continue to sink. Slurp up the water. I just looked at the options before reading. You can feel the water pressure now. You hear the crack of glass before you see the spiderweb lines on your visor the moment it shatters. This sucks ass, you think, just before you hit face full of broken glass and Mars water. Slurp up the water. Ew, that's nasty. Anyway, you still died. Try again. Okay, we're not going to go into the water this time. We're gonna go into, we're gonna go into the shore. This is fun. So many items to explore. Okie dokie. You shine your flashlight around to the shore of the pond. There's a small collection of items there. A little metal box, a silvery canister, and a slab of wood. We'll do the wood first. A piece of wood with some ropes tied to the ends. Looks like someone might have once used it as a raft. Maybe I should give it a try, you think? Well, let's try it. Let's see. You place the wood on the surface of the water. It seems to float. Carefully lower yourself into the makeshift rafts. It dips in the water a little, but you stay afloat. So we'll paddle. You paddle into the darkness, shining your flashlight on the walls of the cavern. It looks a bit like the caves on Earth you've seen. Stalactites clinging to the ceiling. Not that you've ever been in a cave on Earth. No, you've always been a bit of claustrophobic for that, but you've seen images. You hear a thunk and realize the raft has already reached the other shore. You shine light around the opposite shore when you hear a scream coming from a neighboring passage. Oh, let's run towards the scream. Nothing bad can happen. You run through the passage in front of you, swing your flashlight wildly from side to side to track down the source of the cries. Your beam lands upon another person in a spacesuit, convulsing violently. At first it looks as though they're dancing, then you realize they're hitting something vigorously. Die, die, die! They scream, they're shouting at the creature and pounding what looks like a steel pipe. Alex? 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 Is this a Elias reference? I'm Thanks. I'm going to imagine that this person looks like Elias Bouchard. Let's keep watching. The other astronaut is too focused on their fight to notice your presence, so you simply just watch it as the pummel what looks like a giant silvery worm. It's about the size of your arm and it glitters with some sort of mucus. It should have been small enough for the stranger to smash, but it moves too quickly, hissing with every dodge. You see another worm appear behind them. They are too focused on the first to see it. Shout, hey, look out for that worm. The other astronaut turns around to see the other worm just before it attacks. They swing the pipe like a baseball bat, flaying the second worm creature against the wall. Another burp. Monster just makes me really burpy. Goodness. You expect it to bounce off, but instead it splatters, leaving a silvery residue, sliding down this redstone. Then the stranger brings out the pipe on the head of the first creature. You hear a sickening crunch, followed by a squelching. You worry you might puke in your spacesuit, which would be totally nasty. Thanks, says the stranger, looking up at you. You look through the glass of the visor and see a face of a woman. You recognize her from 7 months' trip over here. She's part of your crew. What are you doing down here, she asks. Let's tell her the truth. I couldn't stand being on the colony any longer, you admit. The whole reason I joined up with the Mars mission in the first place because I wanted to see space, you know? And they were sending so many missions up, I figured they'd take anyone. Even me. But I didn't know. Didn't know it would be months of sitting around on the colony farming potatoes away for a directive from command. Yeah. She closes her notebook and puts it in her bag. Well, then you and I are on the same page then. I left the colony, I guess in Mars days, it's a little less than a week. I don't plan on going back. Are you crazy? You shout. Kiss or die down here on your own. Sure I can, she says. Though I admit it's nice to have some help. Thanks for giving me a hand with the slither bugs. The what? Slither bugs, that's what I call them since they slither and they seem a bit big to be bugs. Yeah, but calling them bugs make them feel less scary. She opens a bag that you didn't realize she had, scrolls down some notes, then she gestures for you to follow her. I'm Maria, by the way, she says over her shoulder. Maria leads you to the room with a stone structure in the center. And in the center is what looks like some kind of shrine, but further examination you see it has 3 panels on it, flush with the stonework. The one on the far left is colored red, with a rune that looks like a bit like a percent sign. The middle one is blue, with a symbol that looks like a basketball dice. The one on the far right is green, with a symbol you think kind of looks like a guy fishing. Press the left one, she says. How do you know, you ask? I'll explain later. I'll do as she says. Huh. Oh, so she's friendly. The floor falls out from under you and you feel yourself falling. For a moment you think Maria's lied to you, but she's intentionally got you killed, but you only fall a few feet and land downstairs. Keep going down, Maria instructs. Okay. At the base of the stairs, you feel yourself sink a little. You look down to see that you're standing on the other one of those panels, the blue one, and with a symbol you think looks like a guy fishing. Shit, Maria shouts. Panic, cry, make peace with death. Okay. You're in a silent guarding stun above you just as Maria dives into you and both of you tumble to the left. You look back where you're standing and see how a cascade of red Mars rocks has tumbled down the ceiling, nearly crushing you. You gotta look out for those, Maria says, dusting herself off and offering you a hand. The one with the fishing guy, you ask? Maria cocks her head to the side. The what? She asks. That's what the... No, you have it all wrong. She shakes her head. Then a look of horror passes across her face. What do you mean you have it all wrong? Not now, she snaps, looking around the passage you came from. I went the wrong way, she cries, indicating the passage that is now blocked off by the boulders. Why? What's that way, you ask? My camp, she says. I had everything we needed. Oxygen, food, flashlights, and my notes. She puts her helmeted head on her hands. I've been taking notes on everything in the tunnels. I had a map going, and I knew exactly which... She cut herself off and turns to you. Okay, fine, she says. I guess I have to go back to the surface. Just take me the way you came. About that, you begin. I'll tell her the truth. As soon as I got down here, the tunnel caved in behind me. I actually had no idea how to get out. What? Maria exclaims. You really should have started with that, you know. Yeah, I know, you admit, looking down at your mylar-clad feet. Okay, fine then. Maria steels herself. We can deal with this. Can we? Probably not. Probably we'll die down here, but let's try to postpone that as long as we can, shall we? With that, she turns around and starts down the passage. I like Maria. I like Maria better than I like Steve. Steve was an ass. Fuck that guy. He was a jerk. He was like, I gave Steve a hug. We were gonna have a bromance. We were gonna be the bestest of bros, but then he tries fucking me up. Bad Steve. You follow Maria down the dank corridor. I've never been this way before, she tells you. Neither have I, you say, and then realize that was probably obvious. Maria is silent. Silent in the mood. For what it's worth, you say, I've been finding a lot of helpful stuff in these tunnels. What do you mean, helpful stuff? Maria asked. You shrug, like boxes full of supplies, flashlights, oxygen, stuff like that. Maria turns to face you. That's impossible, she protests. No one's down here but us. I know, but that's what I thought, you agree. But it's almost like someone's been leaving things to help us. I have found some notes in English. Maria shakes her head. That doesn't make any sense. I know, but it's true. Looks at those this revelation has upset Maria. She continues forward. Okay. You come across an open room with a domed ceiling. At the center is another one of those stone stacks with panels. It looks almost like a shrine. Okay, learning time, Maria says, giving you a shove towards the shrine. Have you figured out the pattern yet? You look at the panels. The first is red with a fishing guide symbol. The second is yellow with an X. The third is green with what looks like a percent sign, and the last is blue with what looks like a basketball with eyes. Press the fourth? No, Maria slaps down your hand before you press it. How do you realize you have to stay away from cool colors? Okay. So assuming it's the first? You had a guidance house stone and you duck out of the way, afraid something will shoot you out and kill you, but instead you were hit with some harmless steams of Mars water. Maria says, close but not quite. It's the second? Wall opens up at the other end of the room, revealing another passage. Good job, Maria announced. See to figure out, or that was a lucky guess. Lucky guess. It was a lucky guess. Maria scoffs. That's what I thought. She heads down the passage in front of you. The next room looks just like the last, but the panels are different. One is orange with the percent sign, another is red with the eye basketball, and another is blue with the fishy guy. Yeah, just explain the patterns to me, Maria. Fine. Cool colors will kill you. Warm colors are safe, but they won't necessarily help you. Ah. What about the symbols? The one called the fishy guy means something would come out the walls. The crissy-cross one, basketball eyes. I'm sure. That means there's a secret room that might kill you. Helpful. Look, I didn't design it. The slanty one, percent sign, whatever. That one means drop. It might kill you, or it might be a way out. An X, a safe exit. Okay, I got this. One is orange with that percent sign. Another is red with the eye basketball, and the other is blue with the fishing guy. Try the first. Passage opens up in the floor, revealing more steps that lead deeper into the bowels of the planet. Excellent choice, Maria says as she gets to descend down the stairs. You follow her. Let's talk to Maria. See what she has to say. I like Maria. So, you say, what do you think all these temples are? Are the slitherbugs like, what's the deal? What's the deal is a very broad question, she says. But I suspect there was once subterranean intelligent life on this planet. Imagine these tunnels span the entire thing. You think these tunnels go all over Mars? Maria nods. We'll never find a way out, you exclaim. She shrugs. If they live down here, they must have some way of surviving, she explains. Yeah, you counter. Apparently they all died out. Might have been slitherbugs. Yeah, maybe. Just as you come to the next room, you feel something brush against your leg. Something slick. You look down and see a slitherbug wrapped around your way. Maria, help me! Maria grits the creature with a gloved hand, pulls it for your leg. She throws it against the wall. You hear it hissing as it flies through the air. She pulls a steel pipe out of her bag and approaches the creature. She is too caught up in the fight to hear the rumbling. Hey, you hear the rumbling? Let's warn her. The room you're in caves in. Not all of it, but some of the rest on top of the ceiling, separating you and Maria. Maria, you call. Are you okay over there? No answer. But you do see one of the stone stacks with panels. Not another one, you mumble to yourself. An orange panel with the eye basketball, a green panel with the eye basketball, and a red panel with an X. Hit the X. She said X's are exits, and that warm colors are safe. Passage opens up to the opposite room, away from Maria. We're gonna press the orange one. A door opens in the wall adjacent to where the red stones fall. You run through the passage and find Maria breathing heavily but alive, standing over the corpse of the slitherbug. There you are, she exclaims. You could have helped me. Did you not notice there was... You stammer. Never mind. Let's go, alright? You take her back to the other side of the fallen rocks. Back to the red panel. A passage opens up the other side of the room. Maria leads the way inside. I don't want to leave Maria. Maria is cool. Unless she ends up betraying me like Steve did. You find yourself in a room much smaller than the rest, in the center of some kind of machine that you don't recognize. It looks far more advanced than any of the stone puzzles you encountered here. What is this thing? You ask. You don't expect Maria to answer, but judging by the look of awe on her face, it seems that she already knows. Maria, you ask? What I've been looking for, she murmurs. What do you mean? You said can't you know I'm here because... She shakes her head. What are you really down here for, Maria? She ignores you, strokes the machine lovingly. Explain it all eventually, she says, but in the meantime you need to hide it. Hide it from who? We're not the only mission looking for this thing, you know. Come on, help me move down the tunnel. We will help her. You come upon a cavern that looks almost just like the others, except in the center is a clear dome, and inside the dome is a house. A house just like the one from Earth, suburbs, with green lawns and everything. What the, you murmur, but Maria's already dragging the device towards the dome. Airlock. Help me, she shouts. You do as you're told. How is this here, you ask? I don't know, she admits. But I'm guessing that whoever put this machine here, they intend to keep it protected here. The house has everything you could possibly need. Food, water, oxygen. You explore the backyard to find another mysterious machine. What is this one? What about this one, you ask, gesturing to a larger device that looks like a giant tractor. Oh, that one's no secret. That's a tunnel boring machine. You mean, likely what is used to make these tunnels? Yes. As the days turn to weeks and you and Maria live in the house protecting the machine she won't tell you about, you begin to build a life together. I'm gonna fall in love with Maria. She's gonna be my wife. You and Maria make a home in the house together. You fall in love. Each day she works on the machine. You ask her what it does. She says she'll tell you when it's finished. You don't mind waiting. After everything you've been through, you've come to trust her. So your curiosity gets the better of you. That's what brought you down to the tunnels in the first place, after all. You decide to sneak in her leg and take a peek at her notes. Her notes have the same handwriting as the notes you found in the tunnel. But that's not possible, you say out loud. Examine the mysterious device. You begin to fiddle the dials of the machine. What could it possibly do? What kind of zap? You find yourself on the surface of the planet. No Maria, no house, no comfy life together, but still a pile of supplies and a tunnel boring machine, and Maria's device, whatever it's done, still sitting next to you. You recognize this part of the planet. This is the plain place where you first entered the tunnel. But there's no tunnel. Not yet, you realize out loud. Then you laugh. You laugh and laugh and laugh because suddenly you understand. You understand what the device does. You understand where you are. You understand what you have to do. You go over to the pile of supplies and sure enough, Maria's notes have been transported with you. You look at the red glow and you know when it's time to start digging. You have years, you figure, until the Mars mission that you first arrived on lands on this planet. You have all the time you need to construct the tunnels that you once walked through, to hide this machine for whoever it is Maria was so keen on keeping it from. You have all the time in the world. Time to go deeper. You flee beneath the red sands with a true ending. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. I got the true ending. Ah, that's so good. That was so good. I like that ending way better than the lonely ending. It's created for the 2020 Secret Santa. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. So that was the thing I was looking for. It's created by Alex. Yes, yes. Art by Juliet Kingsley and John Kingsley. Title by Undyne Bennett. And yeah. I'm going to play it one more time, but I'm going to go through, and I'm probably going to look at all the other items really quick, and then I'm going to go and find Maria but not help her out, because I want to see what happens if I go through this without it. I'm assuming what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get to the end and I'm just going to get the lonely ending again, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to go deeper into the tunnels. Keep going forward, we'll take the left. Explore the shore, and let's examine the box. Excuse me. Thanks, Nicole. Inside the box, you find another flashlight and a little file folder. You flip through the folder and find an assortment of documents in English. What the fuck, you say out loud to no one because you were completely alone. Your commander told you that you were the first group of humans to explore these tunnels, but someone clearly left these here for you. For you? How's any of this possible? And let's look. The folder contains a collection of machine schematics, numbers, and diagrams that you don't understand. However, there's also a handwritten note. Second panel, it says, that's where the extra supplies is. Fourth one leads to the pit. It's safe as long as you don't jump in. You flip the note over. Don't jump in the pit. The note kind of makes you want to jump in the pit. Well, of course I take the right way, and then I jump into the pit as the very first fucking ending I get in this game. So... God. Okay. Continue exploring the shore. You shine your flashlight around the shore of the pond. There's a small collection of items there. Let's go open the canister. How did an oxygen canister end up in them ancient Martian tunnels? Did a human put this here? Whatever intelligent life once inhabited these abandoned caverns? Okay, so we're gonna examine the wood and use the wood as a raft. I'm gonna go... Let's try this. You look back at your son when we go frantically paddling back to their store. Should I go back? Okay, no, we're gonna go back. Okay. Let's keep watching. Do nothing. You watch as the second one bites into the passenger's spacesuit, piercing the mylar and letting the cold carbon dioxide in. The stranger lets out a pain cry, but the damage is already done. You see blood dripping down the leg where the creature is latched on. The other asteroid doesn't stand a chance against two of the giant worms at once. They dash haplessly as the two Martian creatures slipped into their suit through the hole and devoured them. Sorry, Maria. Examine the corpse. Having feasted, the worm creatures have departed, hissing as they went. You walk over to inert form of your fellow astronaut. The visor splattered with blood, but you can still make out the face behind the glass. It's a woman. You can't remember her name, but you recognize her. She was on the mission with you. You wonder what she's doing down here, unauthorized. Just like you. You keep walking down the passage. We enter a sort of atrium. At the center looks like a kind of shrine, but a further examination, you see has 3 panels on it, flush with stonework. The one on the far left is covered red, with a rune that looks a bit like a percent sign. The middle one is blue with a symbol that looks a bit like a basketball with eyes, and the one on the far right is green with a symbol that kind of looks like a guy fishing. So, she already told us that warm colors are good, and cool colors are green, and that X's are X's. So we're gonna want to click the left panel. The ground opens up below you. For a moment, you're afraid it'll be a deadly drop, but you only fall a few feet. You shine your flashlight forward, reveal that you land on stairs. Descend. Okay. You come upon another fork. There's a path to the left and a path to the right. Just let you feel yourself sink ever so slightly. You look down and see that you're standing directly on top of one of those panels. This one's blue with the fishing man symbol on it. You hear a rumbling above your head and dive to the right just as a slew of boulders crashes down where you once stood. Who the fuck designed this place? You shout to no one as you stumble backwards down the right-hand passage, the left now blocked with red stones. Emerged to an open room with a domed ceiling surrounded by pillars. What is this room for, you wonder to no one, as you abandoned your only possible companion very recently, so you're once again alone. Some sort of ancient Martian religion, perhaps? But then something catches your eye. It looks a bit like a makeshift tent, but underneath is a cornucopia of supplies. Food, oxygen, batteries, everything you can need to survive down here. You laugh out loud to yourself. Did someone leave this for you, or are you just simply passing someone else's camp? My dogs are barking. Hold on a second. I gotta go tell my dogs to shut up. Okay. But then something catches your eye. It looks a bit like a makeshift tent, but underneath is a cornucopia of supplies. Food, oxygen, batteries, everything you could need to survive down here. You laugh out loud to yourself. Did someone leave this for you, or are you stumbling upon someone else's camp? You examine the supplies cluster to see that this tent is more of a makeshift research station. It's littered with notes and maps of the tunnels. You pick up one of the notes. It reads, I think I solved the color code. I don't know the symbols yet, but all warm colors are safe. With this in mind, you go up to the opposite wall where there are 2 panels. First is blue with what looks like a percent sign. The second is yellow with what looks like an X. A passage opens up, revealing a staircase. You descend the stairs to find yourself in a room much smaller than the rest. In the center is some kind of machine that you don't recognize. It looks far more advanced than any of the stone puzzles you've encountered here. Whew. Doing a lot of reading. My throat's shot. I do want to redo the true ending, but this time not mess with the machine and see what happens. You can't figure out what the machine does or where it comes from, but you decide it must be important. So whoever constructed these tunnels wouldn't have gone through in such pains to protect it. You see one last passage just beyond the machine. You drag the machine along with you as you go explore. And, okay, so enters the house. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the lonely ending again. So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go do everything we did with Maria. So we're gonna keep exploring the shore. We're gonna get the wood. We're gonna use it as a raft. I want to keep going. So we're just gonna keep following her. Keep going deeper. So I'm just skipping through a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just very curious with the other ending. Okay. So. What happens if we don't fall in? I'm gonna fall in love with her again. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So what happens if I don't fall in love? You and Maria make a home together, you become best friends. Each day she works on the machine, and you ask her what it does. She says she will tell you when it's finished. You don't mind waiting. After everything you've been through, you come to trust her. So your curiosity gets the better of you. That's what brought you down to the tunnels in the first place, after all. You decide to sneak into her lab and take a peek at her notes. Oh, okay, so it just goes back to the true ending. Okay, so basically, okay. So I think that's the full game. I'm not really sure if I missed an ending. So I figured it wasn't going to be a long game. But yeah, no. So but no, this was a lot of fun. This is Beneath Red Sands. Sorry, I'm looking at something. This is Beneath Red Sands. This was, like I said, made by my friend Alex Kingsley, Alex Sequest on TikTok, and yeah, this was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the dialogue and stuff, and I liked Steve the jerk and Maria, and I thought this was really cute and clever. Yeah, no, visual. I don't play a lot of visual novels games, so this was very nice. A very nice thing for a change. I think the last one I played was Dream Daddy, which, oh god, that was so long ago. But yeah, when I first got Dream Daddy, which I might revisit that one someday, maybe. Haven't decided yet, but that will be a good thing for YouTube. You know, do all the routes where I get where I go ahead and I goodness. Do all of them, but for now, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. I put a link in the description of the stream to where you could go play my friend's game if you want to play it yourself. This was a lot of fun. I like this. I'll have to play it again. And thank you so much for coming. Goodbye.